Hey everybody, it's me, Yasmina of Just Say Yeah, and I'm here just talking about what it means to love me, love life, and live healthy. And I have my thoughts on the matter and how it is to live healthy in your spirit, soul, and body. And part of that is going forth and doing what God has called you to do. Really, for me, all of that is that. It's about finding who you are in Christ. It's about going forth and unapologetically holding your head up high, not worrying about what other people think, what other people say, but knowing that God is a big God and He's made us all, each individually, different. And so we need to embrace our differences. We need to go forth. And we have been in a time of, as they're calling it, a pandemic. And so much has happened, and so many people's lives have been affected. And I'm here today with LaNetta, Small-Whittle. Now, I'm here with her because she is a businesswoman. She is a student. She's continuing her education. In fact, she just graduated, which is one of the things that we're going to discuss with her today because she has had to go through all of this. She's had to maintain mommy status, wife status, CEO status, student status, and graduate status all through this pandemic. And she does it gracefully. She does it with a smile. And she does it while helping so many other people as she does it. So I'm here to talk to her about how is she doing this. So LaNetta, tell us about yourself.
So, like Yasmina said, my name is LaNetta, the Small-Whittle. Um, I, doing all this is just by the grace of God. I make sure that I wake up in the morning and pray, take my time, make sure that the pressure of the world isn't on me.
Yes.
So always, like they say, stay in my own lane, always rocking to my own beat. I have been having my daycare for about 10 years now, a Whittle Love
Wow.
Daycare. And I love children. I have my own children. It allowed me to stay home with my kids. So that's pretty much, I decided to go back to school one day and further my education and better my business. So I just ran with it. It's always important to have that support team around you. So that's pretty much it.
You've brought up many points here that, of course, I want to dissect. And first, I
Yeah.
want to dissect the component that, again, what is the name of your child care center?
A Whittle Love Daycare.
A
It's
Whittle
an
Love
in-home.
Daycare.
Yes, it's an in-home daycare.
I
Yes.
love it. A whittle. You see that? That kind of play on
Run with the
words
name.
there. I love it. A Whittle Love Daycare. Oh, business 10 years. That in and
Yes.
of itself is amazing. If you were to take everything else out of that and just left with that, that alone
Yes.
is amazing. Businesses
Thank you.
rise and fall every day, and you're still
Yes.
standing. So I just commend you on
Absolutely.
that.
Thank you.
I have a lot of questions I want to ask you, even surrounding the
Okay.
support team thing. But first, I want to get to know you. I want to get
Yes.
to know, like, what is your why? What made you, what drives you?
I would say what drives me is my mom, because my mom, she was married for about 14 years. She ended up going through a divorce, and I watched her, through the pain and agony of it. Although she loved this individual, she knew the best thing for her was to move away. So I watched that. So that was like that strong woman, for me as an example. And also my aunts, they were huge for me. They had their up and downs, but they continue to go on. And the biggest why for me is my grandparents. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. My grandparents are from the South. They're both deceased, but just knowing that they're watching down on me and they're so proud of me. And so I would watch their relationship and see them go through their turmoil, arguments, but at the end of the day, Big Mama and Big Daddy would be like, I love you, I love you too. And you could see where that healing was at. My
Ooh,
children is my why.
I love it.
Like they are sent like from God. Like I have amazing children. I don't say that to brag or I don't take that lightly. My children are my why and my husband. He has my back. He's my backbone. Whatever I need, he's there for me without questioning, without second guessing me. He knows that I have their best interest at heart. I never put myself in the forefront. I always have their best interest. So that's my why.
It sounds like to me that your why is fueled by what everything should be fueled by, and that's love. That love
Love,
and
yes.
determination, because we know that love is a giving word, and I see that
Hmm.
you all give to one another, and that's amazing. That right
Thank
there
you.
is everything. That's what family's about, and I see that legacy is important to you.
Yeah, huge, 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 huge. My big daddy, we won't call him Big Daddy, we're from the South. So my big daddy, he talked about his mother passed away, and
Mm-hmm.
his father had to raise them. So he would have his father would get help from his aunt. So it was like they had their issues there. But Big Daddy used to always tell us, make sure that you are completely about your family, that you're there to
Yes.
support each other, you're there to pick up each other. You're not looking for somebody to be perfect, but you're looking for somebody that's worthy of your love and of your care. So that was like that stuck with me for a long time. So those were the jewels and the diamonds that I placed in my breast, and I ran with them.
Ooh, I love that. So that right there lets me know that all the children at a Whittle Love Daycare Center truly are in good hands. So
Thank you.
it's important. I know that just hey, for those that don't know, what are your kids' names? What's you're under your roof? Who are they?
Yes. So my son's name is Davion Whittle. He's an MLB baseball player. He's a pitcher. My daughter name is Aaliyah Whittle. She's 14 years old. She's at Central East. She's a freshman this year. My baby girl in the family is Layla Monet Whittle.
Mm,
She's named after Layla Ali. She's a
ooh,
boxer. So we kind of
yes.
like, baby,
Strength.
bring it in. And she's 13.
I love it. And who is who's Mr. Whittle? Who is this?
So Mr. Whittle is Andre Whittle. We've been married for 19 years. In July, we're still together. I haven't, put them in little boxes. So that's my husband.
Well, I want to commend you and just celebrate you. Take this moment to celebrate you, LaNetta,
Thank
the
you.
woman, because once again, we talked about a Whittle Love Daycare. That in and of its
Yes.
own is championship status. Then we're talking
Thank
about
you.
the family dynamics, and that is very difficult to keep going without everything else around. So even that by
Right.
itself, and you are just truly there supporting and going forth, making sure that your family's taken care of. And then there's you. You have
Yes.
a dream. You have
Absolutely.
hopes and
Hmm.
aspirations in the
Yep.
middle of this. So how do you keep I understand those are your whys, but what do you do for you?
Well, my best friend Aisha Curry, she would always tell me to make sure that you have self care in there, because she saw where it was like me helping everybody, the wear and the tear comes along. So what I decided to do, I have a therapist, so I went to my therapist. I was talking to him, and he was saying, "What do you want? What do you envision in life?" And I sat back like, I don't know. I know my son wanted to go pro in baseball. I know my husband wanted to be a police officer for Fresno PD. I know my two daughters. Layla wanted to. She wanted to have her own baking business. Aaliyah wanted to get into basketball, and I was able to tell him everything about everybody else, but I was never able to get him about me. What does LaNetta want? So what I decided to do, I went to my room and I cried out to God, like, God, like, I need to know why I'm set here. What is my purpose? And I was able to sit down, got a notebook, and start writing. I needed to finish school to better my business, and I went back in and had 2 degrees coming to me for child development and in early childhood development. And then I was like, I want to open up my own daycare center. And then I started writing that out. And then I was like, you know what? I'm attending Fresno Pacific right now, and I was like, I want to be a counselor. I can reach more children by becoming a counselor, still respecting my, daycare here,
Right.
having that running and going, but I can reach the world even more. And children and teenagers, they love me. Young
They
adults
do.
love me, because
Yes.
I want to be as real as possible to them without sugarcoating it, but also giving them the love aspect of things also. So that I mean, God just walked me all the way through. I wrote it down and I followed every single step, and I crushed. Like, I'm just amazed how God even like receiving high honors,
Ooh, yes.
receiving like, where does that come from? Always been a brilliant girl, but to just like to be acknowledged by your college, to be like, hey,
Absolutely.
you're extra smart, you're extraordinary,
Ooh,
So
yes.
I ran with it, just crushed everything. Whatever God set for me and had for me and said that I can do, I mean, he showed out and I did it.
Ooh, I just, you encourage me. I have to say
Thank
that.
you.
Just you, the woman, encourage me. You, your story, your walk, your light,
Thank
it
you.
is very encouraging. And
Thank you.
there's so many things you said that I have to stop
Uh-huh.
and make a notation about because I need people to understand that. First, you said you cried out to God.
Yes,
You said you went in the room, and so that means you went in your prayer closet. It was just you and
absolutely.
him, and you one on one, mano a mano. You dealt with that,
Yes,
and that another thing that stands out to me is you wrote the vision and you made it plain,
yes,
and that right there, that's everything. So that way you were able to look at it and
yes,
run with it, and you just held
hmm
your faith because you
yes,
knew that, okay, well, God said it. I went to him. He said it. That settles it. And I'm going to keep it moving.
right.
Self-care. I
hmm
applaud you with that.
Thank you.
I applaud you because that right there is what's helping to, God, self-care, it's keeping you,
hmm
LaNetta, fueled. So
Yes,
everything that Love Me, Love Life, Live Healthy is about, honestly, you're embodying. And so,
thank you.
the word tells us not to despise small beginnings, but I don't
uh,
ever see it you as with small beginnings. I've always seen you large and in charge and it just seems like in front and front. And I just
right,
love it because no matter what, you hold your head high. And I commend you
absolutely.
for that. And I love the other part of this I have to point out.
Uh-huh.
You compliment you.
Yes,
You say, I am a brilliant woman. You
yes.
say that I'm at tops in my class. I applaud you for that because so
Thank
many
you.
people have a hard time applauding themselves. So I
Absolutely.
just wanted to take that time to do that. And I want to get into this next part.
hmm
2020 pandemic has caused so
Woo.
many changes, yet many of us, there still were graduations happening. People were still graduating from college, people still graduating from high school, parents affected, kids affected. You're not a kid, but you were affected because you
Yes,
graduated. Tell us
absolutely.
how that felt. Tell us. There you are in your cap and gown, beautiful. There it is, LaNetta Small. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful. And I just congratulate you on
Thank
that
you.
accomplishment. But how did that feel initially, knowing, wait, I'm not gonna walk? How did that feel?
You know what? I was sitting on the bed about 2 months ago, and I saw myself walking across the stage with my cap and gown on. I even had my outfit down to the T.
I know
I knew
you
who was going to
did.
do my makeup. My god sister Monisha Burnley was going to do my hair because she always does my hair, And I was just like, I'm ready. If I had to put Jordans on, so my feet wouldn't hurt, I was ready.
There it is.
And when I had got wind of no graduation, this is not happening for you, deep inside I was hurt. I was devastated. I was just like, wow, I know this isn't a lie. I know I'm graduating, but the thing about it, I just wasn't going to walk across that stage. So I just had to like think about the situation that's at hand. If I go out during this pandemic, I could lose my life. And you
Yes.
celebrating me 6 feet under, and
Mm.
you're telling me how great of a person I was, and how
Mm.
she was just a smile, and she helped so many people. So I hope she's in heaven. I know she's in heaven. And then and I had to like really just sit back and put everything in perspective. I'm healthy. My family is healthy. We're doing things virtually, which is new to everybody.
Yeah.
The college didn't, they didn't, close everything down. This is global.
Right.
Our governor, Gavin Newsom, is doing a great job of trying to protect us as much as possible, shelter in place, that come with it. So I just really had to like, just really thank God that I'm not in the hospital. I'm
That's
not
right.
talking to you guys from a bed and struggling with the breathing. I know people that is battling and beat COVID-19. And thank God they
Yes.
were able to beat COVID-19. And we have heard those stories where people lost their lives.
Right.
So I respect the virtual graduation. And so I'm having a virtual graduation at the end of this month. So
There we
I
go.
will be there with bells on.
There it is. There it is. Well, again, and I've said it, but I really mean it. I
Yes.
congratulate you on
Thank you.
every single thing that you are doing and that you are
Thank you.
still you're still maintaining and working on and knowing how to be you through it all of it. And
Yes.
by the way, you look amazing.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
beautiful.
Well,
Makeup on point. Your
thank
outfit,
girl.
now,
I'm gonna
the
do your
colors.
makeup.
Yes, please.
I got you.
Please. I've been doing the
Yes.
same makeup the same way forever. Forever, ever, ever, and ever. So,
I'm
but
telling you.
seriously, I'm all but seriously, really, I need
Thank you.
help. But
Yeah, I got you.
thank you. See, that's it. You know, one thing I can say about you,
Mm,
there are certain phrases certain people say, and I
yes.
know that with you, you always say, "I got you."
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're not 6 feet under. I'm glad that
Thank
you
you.
just accepted things how they are, so that way I can
Absolutely.
say to you,
Hmm.
thank you for always, I got you. Thank you for that.
You're
Because I
welcome.
know
You're
you mean
welcome.
it. I know you mean it.
Yes, I
I
do.
just thank you so much for coming on here today.
Hmm.
Before we go, though, I do want to ask you just really quick, what words of encouragement, what do you have that you can share with others? What do you have, like, honestly, your story in and of itself is everything. But what more would LaNetta like to say to us?
The first thing I would say is get out of your own head. And I was in my head for about 20 years, and I'm like, there's no way I can go back. There's no way that I can do this. Um, am I able to? Would I be able to pick up a book and actually sit there and read it? Can I focus this long? Because I was out of school for so long.
Right.
But get out of your head. You cannot plan, especially talking about going back to school. You cannot plan going back to school. You just have to jump in. Jump in that water,
Okay.
no matter how murky it looks at the bottom, how dark it looks, how many sharks are riding in, swimming in a circle. Jump in because God got you.
Ah,
So it's like you're diving into his hands. So he's gonna lift you up and lift you out and bring you through and make you successful.
you know I want
He
to
is not a
dance now.
man that he shall lie. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And I run with that. So that's what I would say. Jump in, do it. Whatever goals you have for yourself, whatever aspirations you have, jump in and do it. Stop waiting for someone to applaud you.
Yes.
And I know that the world tell you, well, that's being cocky and arrogant. No, applaud yourself.
Right.
We're that part is mistaken. Applaud yourself. Push yourself. So if you're the only one that's walking across that stage, you have no one in the audience. Deep inside, this is the true happiness. This is the true meaning of happiness. Go, Netta, you did that. You know what I mean?
I
You
love
did
that.
that. So that's my words of encouragement. Just do it. Just do
That
it.
right there, I'm going to take those words of encouragement to heart. Truly, I'm going to ingest them. I truly am, because I've had those moments. So I just thank you for being you. Again,
You're welcome.
congratulations
Thank
on your first of
you.
many graduations.
Yes.
And thank you for coming on here and just sharing yourself, being open to share your story. A Whittle
Absolutely.
of Daycare, LaNetta Small-Whittle, here she is. And that is what it means to love me, love life, live healthy. We'll be right back. Hi, everybody. It's Yasmina of Just Say Yeah. And in 3 John 2, it says, Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in good health, even as thy soul prospers. What does that mean? That means it is God's will that we live a happy life, that we live a healthy life, that we are prospering in every area of our life, in our spirit and our soul and our body. It is His will for you to live a healthy lifestyle. And anything that is according to God's will, He backs. All you need to do is the corresponding actions that flow with what it is that He desires for your life. I'm Yasmina of Just Say Yeah. It's time you love me, love life, live healthy, and remember to just say yeah.
Highlights, balayage, color, extensions, cuts, pure Brazilian blowouts, treatments. Contact Jordan Myers at Hair by Jordan.
Did you know most hair and beauty salons in the Central Valley are not disposing of their chemicals correctly? Partner with us today to become an eco-friendly salon. Visit us online at greenbeautywaste.com. Our phone number is 559-367-7206. And be sure to visit us on Instagram and Facebook at Green Beauty Waste.
Is everything in life draining you? Come to Stretch 360. Our professional staff can offer you many options for relaxation like deep tissue or hot stone massages, infrared medical grade sauna. Once you leave us, you'll look and feel like $1,000,000. Stretch 360. Relaxation is only a stretch away.
The Art of Becoming Who We Are in Christ by Jolene Kennedy is a book about the process of maturity as we find our true identity, since God's promises must be received, embraced, and activated within us. Get your copy today and check out jolenekennedy.com. Fleet Feet Fresno is more than just a running and sportswear store. Fleet Feet Sports' mission is to provide runners and other active Fresnans with gear that fits their individual needs, training that helps them reach their fitness goals, and races that satisfy their competitive spirit. Get to know Fleet Feet Fresno today.
Hi everybody, I'm Yasmina of Just Say Yeah, and I'm here to share some good news with you. Not CNN News, not MSNBC News, not Fox News, but the good news. And that is Jesus came and died for you and for me. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever shall believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. And that is the good news. I just want to wish you a happy day, a happy week. Remember to love me, love life, live healthy, and remember to just say yeah. Hey everybody, you know who I am. I'm Yasmina of Just Say Yeah, and I'm here just reminding you what it means to love me, love life, and live healthy. That last segment was everything. That last segment was fire. For those of you who missed it, please watch the rebroadcast or watch it when we're finished. Watch it. LaNetta, Small-Whittle of a Whittle Love Daycare was on, and she gave us so many powerful nuggets. I just thank her for that. She truly encouraged me, and so you would want to go back and hear that. But I'm here also. We're about to kind of not really change focus, but I think we have some guests here. In fact, I am Thunder.
And I am Lightning.
And together we are the perfect storm. We are here today because we just want to continue the conversation that we've started.
Yes.
We've started a conversation over the past couple of months about how we really feel,
Yes.
about anxiety, about how this whole situation, this pandemic, has been affecting us and how it
Absolutely.
affects others and things we've observed and so on and so forth. So we want to continue this conversation because we're still in shut-in place. So this conversation has not ended.
No, it hasn't actually. So it's something that's ongoing,
Yes.
you know, and I know we're months in now at this point. So it's almost like, how are we doing? Where are we now? We started at one place going in, and over time, you know, things have started to develop. We've started to learn things about ourselves. Changes have been made to our lives. So it's almost like we just want to know, where are we at now? How are we doing now? How's everyone doing?
Well, you know, it's always good to start anything with yourself. So
Yes.
let me start with me.
Yes.
Because I can. Here it goes.
Tell them about it.
A lot has happened. And just since we have been in this shut-in, this shut-in place or whatever this is called, it's since we've been in this,
Yes.
which I'm grateful for because it's providing us safety. So I'm saying
Absolutely.
that, but I want to stop to say I'm grateful for because until we knew, in the beginning of this and we didn't know much about it, things had to be put in place as they are. So, did I know it was going to be this long? No, none of us did. Did I know I was going to be affected in any way? In a way, no. But truly, I have been. It's been a roller coaster of emotions, a roller coaster with the kids and their emotions. It's been a roller coaster with work. It's been a roller coaster in every way.
Yes.
Crazily enough, I've still had this place of peace through it. I can truly
Good.
say none of those times have come with a time of worry or concern or thought that maybe I would, oh no, I might contract this, or oh no, just living in
Right.
fear. One of the things that I've said in a past broadcast is because I don't watch the news all the time. I do update news watching. So
Yes.
I will watch the news or read the news once, maybe twice a week, and that is it.
Okay.
It's like ESPN and that bottom line.
You
You see
get
this
them-
in the next hour, oh, they're going to play it again. So there's no need for me to watch the news over and over every day. That, for me personally, does nothing for my state of mind.
Gotcha.
But, so, yeah, how have I been? It's been a little bit of everything. I like roller coasters, so I guess
Going up and down.
What about you?
You know what? There's been some changes. I would have to say initially going in, like I said, I agree with you. I was at a state of peace. I'm going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. I'm just going to roll with it, do everything that I need to do, take care of my family, continue to work. So initially going in, I was fine. However, working from home has been quite interesting. And so I found that as the weeks went on, things started to get a little bit intense. I was like, whoa, this workload is kind of increasing. I know a lot of people say, oh, well, you're at home, the whole thing, oh, you're at home, that's good, basically like you have like all the time in the world, right? No. I mean, between work alone, that was, lots of work that had to be done and the adjustment behind that. But then you have family. So now you're intertwining your work life with home life and putting those two together. That's not always a good mixture. So lots of adjusting had to take place. But you know what? I was just like, I'm going to try to do the best that I can. And to not overwhelm myself,
Right.
I left it there. I didn't want to have to put too much pressure on myself and have me yelling at my little one who's doing a Zoom call and has all this homework. I need you to be still and finish this work, right? And yet I'm working at the same time. I didn't want to put the pressure on her or myself. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to do the best that I can. So I found myself like, okay, you can handle this. You just have to look at it the right way, take the proper steps, prioritize some things, and take it easy on yourself as well. So that's kind of what I took out of it. A lot of changes were made, but you know what? I made those adjustments. No excuses, but adjustments.
Adjustments is nice. And
Yes.
that's really what, even for myself, that I had to realize that at some point that things weren't going to go like they normally go.
Right.
Because we weren't in a place that we were normally in.
That's right.
And I had to be okay with it. So, I want to ask you a question because it's something that I've had. This question has been asked of me more than once since being during this time.
Okay.
And that is, what have I learned through this pandemic? And when I was first asked the question, I really kind of didn't know. I said, well,
That's a good question.
not that I'm not learning, but everything that I would have said or answered to is something that I already know. Like I already know my issues. There's some, in other words, these aren't new things. I'm working on them now, currently.
Right.
But now I have an answer.
Let's give us
Okay,
that
here it
answer.
goes. What
Go
have I
for it.
learned through this time? I have learned how much I really love working out.
Okay. I love it. Good answer.
Now, I know that sounds crazy because you're like, okay, you're Yasmina of Just Say Yeah. You're always
Right.
here telling us what it means to love me, love life, live healthy, la, 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 la. but that really is who I am.
That's
I
who you
really
are.
do love working out, and I love talking about being healthy in your spirit, soul, and body. But I've learned how much I really
Wow.
love it, how much it's really part of my DNA, how
Absolutely.
much my very being, my well-being, how much my very existence depends on working out.
Wow.
And working out for me, when I say workout, I mean movement, and that just means being active. I realize
Yes.
how much I can't be sitting. I am meant to move.
Yes.
And my mindset is clear, my thinking is clear.
yes.
So I now have an answer. Yes, I have learned how much I love to
love
move.
that.
How much I love
But
to
you
work
know
out.
what? I imagine how many other people can attest to that during this pandemic, that they can have that same testimony. Say, you know what? I love working out. Now, I know it's a lot of gym fanatics out there and people who are used to moving and they rely on the gym settings or, getting out. And some of that's been limited due to this pandemic.
It
So I know
has.
they're sitting back and people are like, open those gyms up, open them up, right? And I know that you're really having the feeling of, I miss working out.
Yeah.
And I know a lot for those people who didn't really take advantage of the gym. I know y'all really saying to say, I really want to work out, right? So some things we take for granted, but I absolutely know that to be true for you. Because I know
Yes.
you love to work out, but this
I
whole
really
thing has
do.
really brought you to a place of you just really
Love
miss it and
I
love it. So I love that answer. Great answer.
What about lightning? What has lightning learned during this time?
Gosh, I've learned that changes can happen like that.
Man.
I was not expecting this to happen the way that it did. I envisioned 2020 to go a lot different by this time. I still have hope for 2020. I know it's going to be a
Yes.
great year no matter
Yes.
what, right? I'm still keeping that in the forefront of my mind. But for me, I just learned that I'm stronger than what I actually thought I was.
Well,
I drew on a lot of different strengths during this time because I'm more of a person of peace. I'm like, I have to be,
Yes.
me. I got to keep it peaceful, right? I got to be
She is the
balanced all the
buffer.
time, right?
she gets
And
thunder to quiet down at times.
that's just my personality. But when I see things come in, like you see the changes with, us having to be at home and then the workload of the children and all that coming together, I had, for a minute, I felt a bit overwhelmed. And I'm
Right.
like, well, I'm not used to that, right? And I'm like, and if I do start to feel that, I got to make an adjustment. I got to fix it. And so I found out, no, baby girl, you got this.
That's
like,
right.
I mean, the peace, and I just had to tap into it. I tap into God, and that's what gives me that peace, right? And I keep my mind on Him. And so that really did it for me. I'm like, you are stronger than you know. So if any obstacles come your way, I just encourage people to know that you can make it through it. So don't boggle yourself down. Don't get frustrated. Just know that God always has a way of escape for you. Okay, and he can do it.
I like that. God always has a way of escape. And on that note, we're going to take a break.
Yes.
When you need to get fit, contact Gary Torres, IFBB Pro, specializing in weight loss, body transformations, and contest prep. Email GaryTorres5336@yahoo.com.
Hey, I'm Chris DeVold. Tune in every Friday night on CentralValleyTalk.com when I bring you Sex, Drugs, Chris DeVold, where I'll give you 3 guesses on what we talk about. And I also vow to bring you 1 live local music act a week. So tune in every week because you never know what kind of music you're going to hear right here on CentralValleyTalk.com.
The Space Colony Journals are an epic tale of a family's struggle to survive. Meet the courageous women and dangerous men who dare to carve a home on the alien world of Vensug. Get your copy today. Available on Amazon and Gale Daly's FineArt.com.
You enter this door with expired tags. Beyond is another dimension. a dimension of regulations, a dimension of long waits. You have reached the registration zone. What looks like an ordinary shop is actually Mitchell Smog, located in the heart of the Tower District, a few minutes from the DMV. Mitchell Smog offers your vehicle a STAR-certified smog inspection. So remember Mitchell Smog when you need to pass through the registration zone.
Contact Sarah Hernandez of June and Matt Photography to schedule your portrait, engagement, wedding, or next family photo session. But that's not all. Sarah is also your personal brandographer, helping you ditch the stock photos and get images that sell. Call 559-412-3721. Visit JuneandMattPhoto.com and follow Sarah on Instagram and Facebook. Give your child the tools to succeed. The Yergubian Academic Center offers one-on-one and group educational lessons by appointment. Over 90% of our students show significant improvement in their academics in just 3 months. Students of the Yergubian Academic Center have gone on to UCLA, UC San Diego, Yale, Stanford, and many more prestigious universities. Schedule a tutoring session today. Call 559-437-3973.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Hi everybody, it's Yasmina of Just Say Yeah, and in Acts 17:28, it tells us that it's in Him we live, we move, and have our being. In who? In Christ. That's where we have our very existence. Who we are and who we are ever to be is in Christ. Draw nigh to Him and He will lead you on the path that you need to be on. I'm Yasmina of Just Say Yeah, and I'm here to remind you to be healthy in your spirit, soul, and body. Love me, love life, live healthy, and remember to just say yeah. Hey everybody, we are back, and for those of you just tuning in, it's me, Thunder,
And I'm Lightning.
and together
We are the Perfect Storm.
We are here, I have us on here today because we're really just having you join in on our conversation.
Yes.
And there are a lot of components to loving yourself, loving life, living healthy. There's a lot, and it means something to everybody. What the definition of that is different. As close as we are, it's different for me than it is for her.
Absolutely.
And and that's how it is. So it's very important to not try to be like someone else, but to be like Christ would have you to be.
Yes.
That scripture, let me tell you, it's in Him that we live, move, and have our being.
So
Did you
good.
hear that? So that means, and I get pumped up hearing it because I have so many times of weakness, so many times where I'm tired, so many times I think wrong thoughts, so many times I want to say the wrong things, and sometimes I do. But, but what brings me back is knowing that it's in Him
Yes.
that I live, move, and have my being. So that means I don't have to worry. I can go forward. It's like Lightning said, just making adjustments,
Right.
reprioritizing, and whatever was first before may not be first now. Do what you need to do in this time. But
Right.
think about you. Think about what life and what Christ has for you. And another thing you said about how life can change at the drop of a hat.
Ooh,
That's because of that, that's motivation. Instead of being scared about that thought,
Absolutely.
let it motivate you to change and to enact change in your life. And that's truly what Love Me, Love Life, Live Healthy
Yes.
truly is all about.
Absolutely.
I know that, tell me let me hear about your thoughts, your plans. Like, what do you have? And of course, not all of them, because, we got to keep some things secret. But do you have any things that you're thinking of? Or I hear there's a book in the making. I hear there's a
Yes,
book in the making.
Yes. So, this pandemic kind of brought a lot of it out as well, just to know that, like I said, things can change at the drop of a a dime. I mean, and so me just knowing, you know what, time waits on no one, right? And so things that I have on the inside of me, it's like I got to get moving on those things.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And so for me, definitely been talking about a book for quite some time. I know you know that, but it's just because I've been through so much. And a lot of times people look at us and they don't know everything that we've been through. They may say, well, it looks like she got it all together, or she didn't live a life, any type of hardships or, anything she had to experience. But boy, let me tell you, thank God we don't look like what we've been through, right? But I must say, God has been so good.
Yes.
So good. And I know the word says that we are overcome by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of our testimonies. So what I've been through can help someone else.
That's right.
So there's so many different factors of things that I went through, even as being a teenage mom, and I mean, there's so much more that I know that I went through, and God allowed me and graced me to get through them. And I'm so grateful for that. And so my heart goes out to anyone who may be in that situation right now.
Right,
and
right.
so I ultimately feel like I have to do due diligence and give back. And so I would like to put that in a book to be able to help other women, and potentially even other men in certain situations, to be able to know that they can get through it themselves. So I'm super excited about that.
I'm excited too. And as you were speaking, and how you said, sometimes people think, this person's got it all together. And, you made the comment, people don't know what you have been through.
Come on.
People don't know what you've been through. They don't know what I've been through.
Right.
And so it's important that we share that with one another, that we're transparent.
Absolutely.
And as you said that, I couldn't help but just look off, because my mind just went. And, I sat back because I said, wow. And, things that we've been through and things that we're going through. And it's about getting up. It's about dusting yourself off, and sometimes you don't even have time to dust yourself off.
Ooh,
do it dirty.
Come on.
And keep it moving.
Yes.
Just know that, something that LaNetta said in that last the segment when we started about jumping in, diving in, and knowing that even if there's sharks in that water, knowing that you're diving into God's hands.
That was so good.
And I literally could picture that as she said that, because that's how it's been. So I want to kind of keep this going on about this 2020 and this pandemic. And, yes, it can seem like, and I know some memes, certain things on Facebook, and it can seem like 2020 is a bust. But God doesn't make mistakes.
Come on.
God, whatever is happening, God has allowed. He didn't cause, but he has allowed.
That's right.
So that means there is something in this one situation, and it's such a huge lesson.
Yes.
We are all being affected.
Absolutely.
And I'm just going to go on the line and say that. I believe that with everything in me. There is something for every one of us to learn through this.
Right.
It's not for me to tell you what to learn. It's not for me to tell you what to do. But it's for me to encourage you that look for the bright side of this.
Absolutely.
Look for the rainbow at the end of this storm. Look for what's good. Okay, you look at a butterfly, and when they're inside inside their
That caterpillar.
before they're a caterpillar, then they go inside the whatever. I'm sorry, those of you know. Anyway, they go in there before they come out. But let me tell you what happens when they're inside there. They're having a 2020 pandemic moment. Everything's falling apart.
That's right.
Nothing is like it was. Everything's being transformed. In fact, they're so jacked up that they're consuming themselves. They're in there digesting themselves, literally.
Man.
That's what happens inside of that before they come out and become a butterfly. So right now it can seem like things are
right.
But I'm getting my wings. I'm flying.
I'm
flying. So
Yes.
use this time wisely. What do you
like how you
think?
say that, because we won't get this time back like this. Like, this is all, different for all of us. But we won't get this time back like this. So either, to make those adjustments, let's all come up out of this better. I think what happens is we went into it, and this exposed a lot of things for a lot of people.
Yes.
financially, relationally, your marriage, your children, your patience. This really showed us a lot about ourselves. So let's go ahead and make adjustments to those in those areas. Because the thing is not like this pandemic caused those issues in your marriage or caused issues to your finances or the patience you have with your children, right?
Oh, yeah, here's a
It just
microphone.
exposed it.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and just say, you know what, and acknowledge this is a problem. And let me make the adjustments and do what I need to do right now, you know, in the midst of all of this. And I think that will initially make us better overall, knowing that we're going to fix some things coming out in 2020. We're going to make this
Absolutely.
a better year, better us.
And you know, it's one of those things with, I know me personally, my personality, I tend to be jokey, but not really. What I mean by that is I digest things differently. We all do.
That's good.
So
Yes.
when I talk about something, sometimes it may seem as if I talk about it in a light way, but it's serious.
Yeah.
Everything that comes out of my mouth, I mean. Everything that I say, I meant to say it. And even if it was wrong, I meant to say it, so let me just apologize. But my point to that is, we understand that change is hard. We understand that this time is stressful. We understand that there's a lot on our plates. There's a lot on your plate. We understand that.
Yes.
But that's why sometimes just seeing the light of it helps. Seeing that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Seeing that there is light in a dark place. Seeing that helps to motivate. You know, the scripture says how David encouraged himself in the Lord.
Come on.
You have to know how to encourage yourself. Talk
Yes.
to yourself.
Yes.
That's what I do. I tell myself, Mina, enough. Get it together. Stop it.
Yes.
Take a deep breath. In the middle of me saying, I can't believe, no, you can't say that. I want to, no, you can't. In other words, this is time, like you said. This stuff was already here. This situation is bringing it up. So let's take that time to get it out of us. Let's
That's
take this
right.
time to make the adjustments. Let's take this time to really see who we are and really what we like and who we're meant to be.
Absolutely.
I
love that.
believe God will surprise us.
Oh yeah, he's working. He's working out some things. Just trust and believe him because he is. So I get excited about that.
I get excited too. You know, we have one more segment for you, but right now we're going to take a little break. We'll see you soon.
Ghost Golf is Fresno's most spectacular family entertainment center. It's frightening how much fun you'll have on our 18-hole indoor haunted graveyard course. Skeletons welcome you, but watch out. All sorts of creatures may come to life. Ghost Golf is perfect for scary good parties, so book yours today. You'll get free plays at the Mummy Shooting Gallery, arcades, and air hockey. Check out our party and weekday specials online and like us on Facebook. Come play at family-friendly Ghost Golf. Good times will haunt you.
For all your real estate needs, call Julia Tadich with Clovis First, 559-323-2213, or visit clovisfirst.com. That's CLOVIS, the numeral 1, ST.com. Whether you're looking to buy a home or sell a home, get a loan, or whatever the case may be, call Julia Tadich.
The Saga of Bridget and Amanda by Carol Love Forbes brings to life the struggles of historical women in early America. Find the Saga of Bridget and Amanda on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and order your copy today.
At LaLea Travels, we strive to make your vacation experience as relaxing as possible. From the time you start dreaming about it to the time you're sharing your vacation photos with your friends and coworkers. Our vow is to treat your vacation as if it were our own. If personal service, attention to detail, and years of travel experience are important to you, then let LaLea Travels plan your next dream vacation. Visit LaLeaTravels.com or call 559-360-1933.
Weedman Lawn Care of Fresno, California is a locally owned and operated lawn care company providing environmentally responsible fertilization, weed control, and integrated pest management services. Call Weedman Fresno at 559-266-1624 or visit them at fresno.weedmanusa.com.
everybody, it's Yasmina of Just Say Yeah. I'm here with another move for you, reminding you to love me, love life, live healthy. We are going forth, being healthy in our spirit, soul, and body, but this move is for our body. Kettlebell, we're gonna swing it. We're gonna squat down and up. Squat down and up. Make sure when you come up, you thrust it up. You wanna thrust up those legs, squeeze your glutes. Here it is from the side. Down and up, down and up. I'm Yasmina, and remember to just say yeah. Hey everybody, it's me, Yasmina of Just Say Yeah, and I'm here, reminding you how to love me, love life, live healthy. Yeah. Love me, love you. It's important that we love ourselves. It's important that, good or bad, you have to love yourself, because there's so many things I do wrong. I should say, let me reword this. I reword it like this. Yes, I make mistakes. That's what I mean. There's not so many things I do wrong. But I do make mistakes. But what I mean by that is I love me enough to want to get it right. I love me enough to want to live a happier, healthier life. Yes. And that's what I mean. And that's what it's about. And this right here is the Just Say Yeah Accountability Journal. You put my name go to Amazon, because I know each and every one of you goes to Amazon almost every day. You go to Amazon and you punch in Yasmina Johnson, and I will be there. Dun, 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 dun. Yes. It's like I'll appear on the screen, and get your copy. Message me if you need help with it, but it'll help you to set things back in order. In fact, right now we're in the middle of a 40-day journey. 40 days. Right now, we're already in place. We're going in it. I have another 40-day journey starting in July. Independence, set yourself free, be free from bondage, be free from the past pains and hurts. So I will be putting that advertisement out here in the next 2 weeks, actually, to advertise for that. So you definitely want to join aboard. It's a 40-day journey where you get your devotion, which is the scripture and the application for that scripture. You get your declaration. So what is a declaration? Tell them what a declaration is.
Yeah, so a declaration is what we speak. It's something that we say. We use our mouth to speak those things that they will. We're just saying this is going to come to pass. And so this book, I know Yasmina's talking about it, y'all, but I have this book, and I am on this 40-day journey. When I'm telling you, it's changing my life. Your girl is not going to be the same. Like, there's some changes I'm doing right now it's accountability journal. If you have an issue with being accountable and need someone, this is the perfect tool. I love it. So I'm excited to come out of this 40 days, because when I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Well, what I've done is, because we are in this situation, you make adjustments. So Lightning said, she said make adjustments. So I made adjustments. And I have made this available online. And that's what that 40-day journey is about. So you can, I give you all the tools. You log in. Everything you need each and every day is boom, download it, bam, right there. Devotion, declaration, healthy tip, food for thoughts. Now, we give you questions that, are really thought-provoking and sometimes hard to think about, like, what are your desires? I even say it like that. What are your desires? Like that, with the head turn.
With everything, right?
Yeah. But they're questions for you to think, questions for you to stop, assess, see where you are, and make adjustments. Adjustments. That's too funny you said that, because it keeps coming up. I give you your movement for the day. We have accountability calls. You have the 40-day journey pretty much one-on-one with me. This pandemic has allowed me to now have this online. So look for that, and you definitely want to sign up. So I just thank you for putting in, she definitely is doing it, and she has been, talk about faithful and talk about supportive. She went on Amazon and bought the book. Now,
sure did.
We're neighbors. But she believes in process. Absolutely. So she did the full process. So, and she's on the journey online. That's right. Before we go, tell them the importance of process.
Process. So very important. And the thing is, you begin to love the process. But we must understand that there's going to be process. So acknowledging that. And once you get through, you are so going to appreciate it once you get at the end of it. So once we recognize that we must go through it, I think that helps us out a little bit. And just knowing that it may not always be easy, but it's going to be worth it in the end. So that time, it's going to take time. And that would work our patience as well. So if you can just get yourself through and just knowing that this is a purpose I have to a process I have to go through, and I'm going to take the road for it, just settle in that. And it's going to be okay. Settle in that and stick it out. Stick it out to the end. I mean, how many of us can honestly say, I really stuck something out? I started this journey and I finished it. Like, I know we're tired of saying, man, I started something, didn't finish it.
Right.
Like, those days are over. So that's why I encourage you. It's so simple. So if you guys get this book, this accountability journal, thank you, friend, for putting this out and available for us, because it's going to change your life. And we all want to be better.
We do. It's important to us. It's important. We call, it's funny how our names even came about, but they fit us perfectly. I truly am thunder.
Yeah.
I truly am thunder. And she truly is lightning. And lightning speed. She brings light to just to areas.
Yes.
It's truly how God allows, truly the balance to be there. We bring one another up. We encourage one another, and we truly remind each other, what the word says and how to do it, and pray for one another. And that's that in and of itself. So I want to do an encouragement. We call it the perfect storm because together we are the perfect storm, because we believe life is a process. We believe and we know that life is a storm, but just like Jesus was in the bottom of the boat asleep, da, 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 da.
Yes.
And when the storm was going and the boat was tossing and turning, and the disciples are like, what the heck? He's asleep. Wake him up. Wake Jesus. Don't you know there's a storm? When ain't you going to do something? Look, we have the power, even in this pandemic, to calm the storms.
That's right.
We have the power, even in this pandemic, to speak to the mountains and they shall be removed.
That's right.
We have even in this pandemic, we have all that we need inside of us. God has already downloaded it. Already. You're going to apps to find something. The best app there is. Go to yourself.
It's in you.
And go to God to show him, so he can show you how to use the app,
Yes.
And just make it done. Make a commitment to the process. So if anything needs to be done different during this time, let's everybody make a commitment to change at least one thing.
At least one. I like that.
Una altra. One thing.
How about this? Even I would say that one thing, if you can let us know what that one thing is too.
Please.
Connect with us online.
Yes.
Yasmina Johnson, Shawuana Himes.
Ooh, I like that.
Go ahead and send us that, because you know what that we need. That's once again
accountability. We'll be accountable with you.
Yes, we
Let's do
sure
it.
will. So go ahead and let us know what that one thing is.
What's
that you're
your
committing
one
to.
thing? Now, if you want to change more than that, more power to you. Hey,
Yes.
but at least one thing.
I like
that. Yes, let us know what your one thing is.
Can do it.
I just want to encourage everybody. Keep going. Keep believing.
Yes.
Have faith and pray. Even if I don't know how to pray, just talk to God.
That's it.
Right now on
That's simple.
Facebook, every day, all day, people are saying, pray for me, pray for me, pray for my family, pray. Start there. If you simply just say, Lord, I hold them up. So that's what I'm thinking. What about you? What would you give them?
Yes, to know that it's gonna be okay.
Yes, it is.
God's got us. We're in his hands. It's going to be okay. Let's go ahead and just eliminate the fear and worry now, decrease our anxiety, our depression, our stress, and just know, you know what? Let's operate in love. I think that's because God is love. If we can really keep that in the forefront, that'll kind of ease some things and allow us to be more patient and more kind to other people during this pandemic. So let's operate in love and just know that it's going to be okay.
Yes, it is. And because he's got the whole world in his hands.
I love it.
I can't sing, so that was my time. But anyway, hey, I'm Thunder.
And I'm Lightning.
Together,
we are the perfect storm.
And I just thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
me, Yasmina. Just say yes, as I remind you how to love me, love life, and live healthy.
Yes.
You have a wonderful week. Put God first, which means put you first. Remember, you are made in his image and his likeness. So it is his will and his desire for you to be happier and healthier in your spirit, in your soul, and in your body. And you can do it. Have a wonderful day.